Hey YouTube, I'm Jess. Welcome to a new video. There's some construction going on outside today. They've taken a little break for the time being, but we may hear some noise throughout the video. I thought it would be fun today to film a shop my stash video. So we're gonna go through my makeup together. We're gonna pick out some products to use that I haven't used for a long time or things that I wanna give another go. So we're gonna go ahead and do that today. And we're gonna come up with something cute. If you like these kinds of videos, make sure you give this a thumbs up so that more people can see it too. And let's get started with the video. Okay, so let's start by picking all of the makeup that we're gonna use today. So let's start by choosing a primer. I've been using my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless filter a lot because I'm trying to get through it because it's going bad. I haven't actually used the Auric since I did my video when I first got it. So let's use Auric for my primer today. And then for foundation, let's use this Clinique one because I'm trying to use this all up and I never really reach for it. So let's go with that guy. I only have a couple of concealers to choose from. So because I'm using a more full coverage foundation, I'm gonna use a lighter coverage concealer for under my eyes. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury Retoucher Concealer. And then I'll set everything with the Hourglass Veil Powder. I don't use this one as often. Should I use up my magic powder? Yeah, actually let's use this one instead, the Charlotte Tilbury Genius Magic Powder. I have only a little bit of this left, so I would love to use that up. I also haven't used this as much as I thought I would when I first bought it. So let's pull this guy out again, the Bare Minerals Concealer. Eyes, for primer, I only have one right now, so we're gonna use the Urban Decay. And then what should I do for eyeshadow? So I wanna do like a base. I was thinking about doing one of my cream bases, but actually I have all of these pencils, these Charlotte Tilbury pencils. So maybe let's use one of these. Let's use this one from Charlotte Tilbury. This is in the shade Amber Haze. We'll use that as a base. And then which eyeshadow palette should I use? I haven't used this one in a while, the Amrezy by ABH, so let's do that one. This is kind of calling to me. It's just poking out here. It's this blue, kind of glittery, is it glittery? Blue liquid liner from YSL, so let's use this one. Do I need anything else out of here? I've got some glitter. I have this blue gel liner from YSL as well. Ugh, I wish you were here so you could help me decide which one to use, the liquid or the gel. Let's use the liquid. I think for mascara, I'm gonna wanna use my Pillow Talk push-up lashes from Charlotte Tilbury. And I kinda wanna use a cream bronzer as well. I have this one from Charlotte Tilbury. I'm trying to use up a lot of these products because they're running low. So that's why I'm choosing this one. For a powder bronzer, let's do the Dior. For my blush, ooh. I've been obsessed with my cream blushes lately. I've mostly only been using these ones for months. So let's use a powder blush. Let's do First Love by Charlotte Tilbury. Looks like this. It's a really pretty kind of peachy nude tone. For my face highlight, let's use the Dior. I got this one for Christmas and I've used it a couple times recently, but I really want to experiment with it a little bit more. So let's use that one. I think because I'm going to do that blue eyeliner, I want like a kind of chill lipstick. Something kind of nude. Maybe this one from YSL. This is the Rouge Pur Couture in 27. Let's give that one a go. And then I kind of want like a more nude lip liner, so I'll use Iconic Nude from Charlotte Tilbury. I used white in my waterline in a video recently and I really liked it. I went off white for a long time. I was using more nudes, so let's give that a go again because I actually quite liked the way it looked. For brows, I had a little break from my Glossier Brow flick. I really like the way that this looks, but I just took a little break from it over the past couple of weeks, so let's go back to that. And then I'm just have my one brow gel on the go right now, which is the Glossier Boy Brow. So here's all of the products that we're gonna use today. I'm back to not using any heat on my hair because it's starting to really desperately need a cut. My ends are just really split and my hair's super dry. It's the weather and the fact that I haven't been able to get a haircut for months. So I'm back to air drying, which I did for majority of 2020, I would say. We're still in lockdown here in Toronto. Actually, tomorrow we're going from the stay-at-home order, which we're on right now, to the gray zone, which is like, there's really not a huge difference between the two. I think maybe the major difference between like the stay-at-home order and the gray zone is that some retail is allowed to open back up at like a minimum capacity. So I just put a little bit of concealer on my lids and now I'm gonna go in with the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer. I'm gonna start with my eyes today. Yeah, I've seen some hairdressers complaining about the fact that they haven't been allowed to work since November, which is totally fair. Very valid complaint. But I haven't been allowed to work since like the middle of October. I don't really want to talk about any of that in my video. The only reason I got onto that was because I was saying I need a haircut. Hopefully soon, hopefully soon. Okay, so for my eyeshadow base, I'm gonna go in with this guy right here. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Color Chameleon in the color Amber Haze. So these are really great for like super quick makeup. When I used to work on the counter and I needed to get ready for work really quickly, or I just didn't really feel like doing a full eyeshadow look, I would just take one of these and color it all over my eye and then just blend it in with my finger and be done with it. I also used them for like little colorful eyeliners for an even more basic look than that. And they work also really well as bases. So you can put your other powder shadows over top. Now that I don't work at the counter anymore, I always forget to use these. I always go to my cream shadow bases. So it's perfect for this video. Shop My Stash videos are great for just digging and getting into makeup that you haven't used in so long. I'm gonna use my Amrezy palette today by Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's been a little while since I've used this guy. Here's what the colors look like on the inside. I have this more neutrally gold eyeshadow base on, so we'll probably play with some of the neutrals. And maybe we'll do this one right here for a little pop of glitter. I just noticed there's this color right here called Gorgina, and I've never even touched it. So I want to do a look more with this color here. So that's what I'm gonna do first. It's a really pretty kind of satiny metallic shade. And I'm gonna take that all over my lid. The shade actually really matches that Charlotte Tilbury Color Chameleon underneath really nicely. Kind of complement each other. The Charlotte Tilbury will just help this one really like stand out and have some good vibrancy to it. And then I'm gonna take this color right here, like a medium warm brown tone. It's called 1988. And we're gonna go on the outer corner and the inner corner with that. And then I'm just gonna blend those out and connect them through the crease while leaving that center of my lid with just the first color that we put down. Got really dark and smoky really quick. And then just to darken up that outer corner, I'm gonna take Yugo, which is like a super, super dark brown. And I'm gonna add that just to the very outer corner here. And with whatever's left on my brush, I'll add a little bit of that to the inner corners as well. Now I'm gonna go into that glittery shade that I showed you guys before. This one right here called Gemini. It's like a gold, silver, and black glitter all mixed together. Pretty fun. And I'm just gonna pop that right in the very center of my lid and just bring it right up to my crease. I'm bringing that right up above my crease here, right up here, so that you can see the glitter even when my eyes are open. And then I just wanna blend it out a little bit. So this brush has no additional product on it, just whatever's left over from before. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna use a clean brush for this. I want a clean blending brush. Just gonna come in and really lightly buff over the edges of that glitter. I don't want the glitter to go all over the place. I want it to be kind of still centered in the eye, but I don't want it to look like just like a boom, like line down the middle. So this will just kind of like, yeah, blend out the glitter a little bit. Okay, so for primer, I'm gonna go in with the Auric Glowless. I have mine in the shade Morganite. Just gonna pump a little bit of this on the back of my hand. Not even a full pump really. And then let's take this brush and I'm gonna apply this on the high points of my face. I used the smallest little bit of that and look how much it glows. It's crazy, it's so glowy. And I guess we might as well go ahead and pop on some foundation. So this is the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer. I've had this guy for years. It used to be one of my favorite foundations. It's super full coverage, like really full coverage. I don't know if I love it as much now as I used to. I guess we'll find out. All right, let's start with that and buff it in with my beauty blender. The color has never really been right for me. Some brands, they just don't have a good shade for you and you have to kind of just go with the best one that they have. This one's too pink for me. It's such a peachy color. I have mine in the shade 2 Alabaster. It says on the bottom VF-N, which I think probably stands for Very Fair Neutral. I could be wrong though, because I definitely wouldn't call this neutral. Just gonna add a little bit more here before I start blending it in. It's definitely no longer one of my favorite foundations. I can tell right off the top. It's quite matte. Don't get me wrong, I love a full coverage foundation. I love the Dior Forever and the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless foundations, like super full coverage. But this one is just a little bit too matte and a little bit too dry for what I go for these days. I'm sure that actually it makes it super long wearing. And I wonder if at the end of this, once all my makeup's on, if I'm gonna like the finish. Just gonna add a little bit more to these little spots that I have down here. They call it foundation and concealer, but I've never used it under my eyes. It's way too thick for under the eyes, in my opinion. I think it means to use on spots on your face like this, so that like you don't need a separate product as a concealer to cover up little blemishes. It's definitely too thick and dry for under the eyes, in my opinion. Yeah, wow, down here where I layered it up, it looks so cakey. It's been so long since I've used this, so maybe, you know, maybe it's expired or maybe it's drying out and that's why it feels so dry. Or maybe it's always been like this. I definitely used to like more of a matte foundation than I do now, so it is very possible that that's just how it is. I'm just gonna take it down my neck here as well. I feel like on the viewfinder, the color actually looks pretty good, but in person, it's way too pink. Ugh, and it feels so heavy on my skin. All right, let's conceal. I'm gonna go in with my Charlotte Tilbury Retoucher. I'm glad I chose this one because it's so nice and lightweight. If I was putting on a big, thick, heavy concealer under my eyes right now, I would be very sad. We are in the middle of our move right now. We have this current apartment until the end of this month, and we get our new apartment on the 15th, which is next week. And we were gonna stay here until the end of the month and just kind of move things over slowly. But we're too anxious. We decided to get into the new place. I'm So excited. I feel like the days are going by so slowly. I just cannot wait to be in there. This is probably gonna be our last full week here, which is crazy. We've been in this apartment for 10 years. This is the longest place I've ever lived in my entire life, like consecutively and consistently, is in this apartment. So it's gonna be a big change. And at first I was a little bit, I don't know, like kind of anxious about that, which was surprising to me. I'm just gonna set that under eye concealer with the Charlotte Tilbury powder. When we signed our new lease, I was feeling a little bit weird about leaving this place, but that has definitely gone away. And now I'm just so excited to get into the new place. And I'm quite sure, I mean, I'm sure once we have everything out of here and it's like our final day or final days here, I'll go back to feeling a little bit sad, but for now, I'm just so excited for the new place. Okay, so I'm definitely feeling a little bit cakey, and now I'm gonna go ahead and add an even cakier product to my face. So I don't know if it was the best idea to choose this, but I'm gonna go in with a little bit of my Bare Minerals concealer. I'm just gonna take the tiniest bit of this product in the cap and then dust it all off. And then just add a little bit to brighten up the center of my face. I really don't want to add too much because this product can get cakey really quick and we're already pretty much there. So I'm feeling like I could really benefit from some setting spray right now. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist and just, this stuff gets really dewy really quick. So let me just try not to use too much. And then kind of buff it in with my beauty blender. I feel like I need a little bit more moisture in that makeup and that foundation. Back to being glowy where I want to be. I'm gonna do a little bit of cream bronzer, the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Contour Wand. Go in sections here because this can tend to dry pretty quickly on the skin, and my skin is already quite dry, so I want to work with it as quickly as possible. I really like this product a lot. I love the color. So I'm just gonna let that all set for a second before I go in with any other powders on my face. So in the meantime, let's go ahead and finish off these eyes. I'm gonna start with 1988 right here. I think the construction guys are back from their lunch break, so I'm sorry about that noise if it's bothering anyone. So let's add this down here. It's really like quite dark and pigmented, so I'm just gonna add it to the very outer corner, sort of like 1/3 of the way across. Connect it with this shadow on this outside edge here. And then with a clean little blender brush, I'll just kind of blend it out and bring it towards the center. And then from this little Dior palette, I'm gonna take this highlighter down on the bottom here, and I'm gonna add that to the inner third of my lower lash line and intercept with that dark brown down there. And then for the little inner corner part of my eye, I'm gonna take the lightest shade in the Dior highlighter palette, and we're gonna highlight the inner corner with that. And then I'm gonna go in with my Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Push-Up Lashes. Oh, you know what? Before I do this, let's do eyeliner. I forgot we had the gel eyeliner. Hopefully this shows up. This look turned out a little darker than I was anticipating. So I have this little blue liquid liner from YSL. I literally don't think I've ever used this once in my life. It's got a little brush tip applicator, and I never use this type of applicator, so I'm a little nervous. So I'm just gonna take my time. Ooh, yeah, it definitely shows up. It's got a ton of pigment. Okay. That went on so well. Oh my god, yay! Okay, this is fun. Ooh, the blue looks so good up against the gold. Okay. I'm nervous. I have to do a winged liner because like that's just me. But I'm so not used to using this type of applicator. Wish me luck, wish me luck. Oh my God. Okay, it's going on so well. It's going on so easily. I love this. I really like this brush tip applicator. And the eyeliner itself is going on so smooth. It's quite liquidy, so I feel like I don't want to open my eyes all the way until it dries so it doesn't transfer all over the place. But besides that, it's going way better than I thought. Okay. Wow, I'm incredibly happy with this. I love the applicator. I love the color, the formula, everything about this is so good. Way to go, YSL. Now mascara. Okay, eyes are done. I think they're really fun. I really like the way they came out. Well, hopefully my face has had some time to set. It feels a bit tacky still, I think from putting this product on top, which means maybe I'll just take a little bit more powder and put it in the areas where I'm gonna put down the powder bronzer. Just here, so that my powder bronzer will blend out and not get patchy. And then bronzer, I chose this guy from Dior. Another one I'm trying to use up. Bought this bronzer when this one was running out, because I was like, oh, I hit pan on here, let me buy a new bronzer, use this one up, and then I'll have this one to use afterwards. And then I just started using this one all the time. Now I hit pan on this one and I still haven't used this one up. I gotta use this up. With the Move, I'm really in like use things up mode, especially with like food and spices and sauces and stuff in the kitchen. Just don't want to move stuff I don't have to. So I'm like going through everything in my fridge and just trying to eat everything and use everything in my cupboards and use up all my makeup and my beauty products that are like halfway done. Okay, let's highlight. Let's go back into this Dior palette and I'm gonna take just the lightest color here. Your girl is so fair right now. And we'll highlight a little bit with this. The gold tones in here are gonna look so pretty with the gold glitter on my eye. And then we've got the First Love blush from Charlotte Tilbury. I'm just gonna mix the two colors together. And I'm gonna fill my brows in really quickly. I can't believe I've left them this long. I did like 7 loads of laundry on Saturday. I was washing all of our sheets and towels and everything that's been tucked away in closets forever. And I woke up this morning and my stomach dropped. I was like, oh God, I forgot 2 loads of laundry in the dryers downstairs in the communal laundry room. I was like, first thing I did this morning was go downstairs in my pajamas and pull out that laundry from the dryers. I felt so guilty. Like they sat in there all day yesterday and like it's always so busy in our laundry room. Half the machines don't work most of the time and I just felt so guilty. Like, I'm sorry I took up these 2 machines for a whole 2 days. Man, I do really love this, but I don't love the color. It's too cool tone and too dark for me. So I'm probably after this gonna try some different brands. So if you guys have a favorite brow pen that comes in like a warmer brown color, let me know. I want to try it. I feel like this could use a little bit of cleaning up. Let's do that after I do my lip. So this lip liner is from Charlotte Tilbury. It's called Iconic Nude. Oops, kind of went overboard with overdrawing there, but that's okay. Nobody will know. All right, and then this is the YSL Rouge Pur Couture in 27. I like it with this lip liner, but how do I like it with eye makeup? I don't know. Okay, that's such a pretty lip combo. How do I feel with the eye makeup though? I actually think it's okay. Maybe I just need a little bit more blush. The tone of the blush is good too. I think I just need a bit more. Yeah, that's pretty. Okay, kind of want to clean up my blush and my bronzer and everything. It looks a little messy, and I've been enjoying using this for cleaning up. Take a little bit more of this and just make this all look a little neater. Okay, so there is the finished look. What do we think? Come in for a little close-up. I actually really love the way this came out. I've definitely not used this combination of products before, and that's why I love doing videos like this, because I just feel like I get these completely new looks that I've never done and that I would never really think to do. And it's great to go back in and use some products that I haven't used in so long. I think I actually am gonna keep this foundation and just use it up until it's completely empty. Now that I have the rest of my makeup on and it's had some time to like warm up and sit on my skin, and then I think also with that setting spray, it does actually look, it looks quite nice. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. That's gonna help more people to see it too. You can subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos from me, and I will see you in my next video.